The New England Patriots offseason is off to a very hot start, and I want you guys to be here for all of it. If you guys hit that sub button right now, here's what you'll be getting. Daily Patriots videos. You can join a fan base of over 21,000 subscribers right here on YouTube. We have weekly live shows talking about the latest topics in New England, and as always, it's completely free. Just to give you guys a little bit of inside perspective as to what you can expect in the next couple of months until they kick off their 2025 NFL season, you can predict some cut candidates, OC, DC targets, restructure candidates, free agency, rumors and targets, draft targets, and so much more. New England, $130 million in cap space, a top 5 draft pick, and we're looking at OC and DC coordinators right now. Happy Monday, New England Patriots fans. Who is going to be the next offensive coordinator, and will the Patriots end up sticking with DeMarcus Covington? We're going to break that down and more here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Allie Barefoot. Let's get you up to speed. So I know a lot of you guys have been in the comment section saying, Allie, Alex Van Pelt isn't fired. Allie, Alex Van Pelt's the offensive coordinator. Wrong. Slightly wrong. He is not the offensive coordinator anymore. He was relieved from those duties when Jerod Mayo was fired after their win against Buffalo in Week 18. However, he is still on the staff. He just doesn't have a title right now. So, Mike Vrabel and Elliott Wolf are now looking for a new position to give AVP, and there have been some rumors that maybe he could be the quarterback's coach because he had such a great connection with Drake May. And let's just say if Josh McDaniels were to come in as the OC, previous years, he was always the OC and QB coach in New England, but maybe just give him the role of OC if they decide to go with Josh McDaniels. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. Want to get you guys up to speed on the coaches that already left New England since Mike Vrabel has been hired. These are all very replaceable roles. These are actually very fluctuating roles, so no need to panic just yet. The coaching assistant, Keith Jones, running back coach, Taylor Embree, which honestly, the way that Ramondre Stevenson was playing this year, it might be good to bring in a new set of eyes. Wide receiver coach, Tyler Hughes, same thing. We didn't really have the best wide receiver core, looking for another guy that's experienced and can bring in some top free agents. Assistant wide receiver coach, Tiquan Underwood. And then you have tight end coach, Bob Bicknell. This one does hurt a little bit because Austin Hooper and Hunter Henry were such a pivotal force for New England's passing game this year. But overall, I think that just kind of comes from talent and not so much as what Bob Bicknell was able to give Henry and Austin Hooper. Now let's talk about the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator. But let's go ahead and start with the offensive side of the football here. Obviously, we already have Drake May, but we're looking for a top target. So what can this next OC bring Drake May to take him to that next level? Before I hop into it, who do you want as the OC? I have been hearing this time and time again. You guys want Josh McDaniels. But the good news is I might have a good update for you guys right after you get hit with this YouTube ad break. Sit through it. I promise we'll be back. The top 3 Patriots offensive coordinator candidates from NFL insiders are looking to be a little bit still on the East Coast. Tim Kelly, the Giants tight end coach, Tony Dews, the Jets running back coach, and then obviously the name you guys are probably going to be familiar with here is Arthur Smith, the Steelers offensive coordinator, the current Steelers offensive coordinator. Not a terrible choice, but once again, would like to see somebody a little bit more relevant to New England. And they've already made a little bit of strides here in bringing in that next OC. They did go on ahead and interview the Bears interim head coach, Thomas Brown. We know the Bears didn't have the best end of the season. They kind of had more success towards the beginning, but he also has already worked with a rookie quarterback in Caleb Williams. So if they do decide to go with Thomas Brown, I know that he already has experience with that draft class. And they also have looked at Marcus Brady, the Chargers passing coordinator. Same thing, a younger quarterback in Justin Herbert. And they've also been working under Jim Harbaugh this last year. Look, Chargers offense was pretty dang good. So if we can have any kind of semblance to what they could bring in the passing game, it should be successful with Drake May. But the reason why I said there should be some good news for a lot of Patriots fans is because the number 1 favorite candidate right now in New England, per insiders, is our good old friend Josh McDaniels. Obviously, you guys know him. You love him. He's won us a couple of Super Bowl rings. No big deal. There's always been that lingering question, was it the chicken before the egg or the egg before the chicken? Was Josh McDaniels a good OC, or was Tom Brady just the greatest of all time? Personally, I don't really give a shit. They brought us Super Bowls. So you can have that debate. It's the same thing as LeBron and Kobe and Jordan. Nonetheless, Josh McDaniels has proven success in New England. He understands the franchise. He understands the values. And one thing New England needs right now is to bring fans back to the seats. So what Ian Rapoport had to say about possibly bringing Josh McDaniels back is that he said most people believe that McDaniels, former Patriots OC, actually still lives in New England. Currently not working, would be a prime candidate for the job, considered to be the favorite. I would expect Mike Vrabel to talk to him about the process to try and find a new offensive coordinator. Why would Vrabel call Josh McDaniels if it's not for an interview? Because they're actually pretty good buddies. They have worked together as coach and player. They have also been in conversations as coach and coach when Vrabel was at Tennessee, and obviously McDaniels in Las Vegas. But the Patriots personnel off and on from 2001 to 2021. 2 decades of working in the front office of New England. We know that as a head coach, he kind of sucked. As an OC, once again, 3 Super Bowls, 3-time championship OC for New England. And remember how I said that when he was a Las Vegas Raiders head coach and he sucked? Well, he also did have a lot of conversations with Mike Vrabel. So they've talked off and on. The only thing we're waiting for now is that confirmed interview to start the process to bring back McDaniels. But keep in mind, Mike Vrabel said in his press conference that this is going to be a long search. He wants to make sure the next person he brings in is the right man for the job. So he is taking his sweet, sweet time with really getting to know every single candidate. My question here for you guys, really honing in on Josh McDaniels. Do we think he should come back to New England? My only reserve is that I don't want to watch Josh McDaniels and feel like I've seen this before. I'm looking for something new and fresh to get Drake May off the ground and into the air. And I do think McDaniels could do that, but I had that little thought in the back of my head of, are we going to try to recreate something that's no longer there? Type B for bring him back, type P for pass him up. Let's see what else is in the NFL. Let's go to the defensive side of the football in just a moment. I want to tell you guys real quick about our sponsor on today's show, and of course, that is Game Time. This is one of the best times of the year. It's championship football, baby. And I know Patriots are unfortunately not in the NFL championship on either division, but I do know that NFL playoff games are electric. Not just NFL games, but you can also get tickets to see the Boston Celtics play, the former NBA champions trying to go back-to-back. You also have the Boston Bruins in your area. Keep in mind, the next couple of months here in 2025, the Boston Red Sox will be back at Fenway. If you guys want to go see a sporting event, a concert, a comedy show, or maybe even go to the theater, go on ahead and download Game Time. Why? Because you're going to get the best price, lowest price guaranteed. You guys are also going to get all-in pricing. That way you know what you're paying for right up front. No surprise or hidden fees. And one of my favorite features is Game Time Picks that filters out all the fluff to show you guys only the best deals at the best prices. That way you guys don't have to spend time searching through thousands and thousands of tickets. If you guys want to get started today, all you have to do is download the Game Time app, use promo code CHATSPORTS after creating an account, and that'll get you $20 off your first time purchase. Again, terms apply. Create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off, and that way you guys can enjoy your first time buying tickets while terms apply. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It is game time. Keep in mind, DeMarcus Covington is still the defensive coordinator. However, we do know that he did interview for the Bengals defensive coordinator a few weeks ago. So it looks like Covington is looking for a job elsewhere. So should that mean that Mike Vrabel may possibly want to bring in some outside perspective as well and just recreate the coaching staff as a whole? Well, the Patriots' favorite right now for the next defensive coordinator for the Patriots is going to be Terrell Williams. This comes as no surprise because same thing with Josh McDaniels. He's had a little bit of a history with Mike Vrabel. Williams obviously was the defensive line coach for Tennessee for quite some years, while Mike Vrabel was also the head coach over there in Tennessee. But keep in mind, Terrell Williams isn't the only name that's going to be on Mike Vrabel's radar if DeMarcus Covington decides to take another job or they decide to give him the boot. And here's what Mike Reese had to say about the defensive coordinator's job search. Some around the NFL believe Terrell Williams, who is 50 years old, would be Vrabel's ideal pick as DC. And if that doesn't happen, Vrabel could look to others who coached alongside Williams in Tennessee, such as Philadelphia Eagles inside linebackers coach Bobby King, Miami Dolphins outside linebackers coach Ryan Crow, and Titans passing game coordinator / cornerbacks coach Chris Harris. So let's get to know Terrell Williams if he does happen to be the next DC. He was the defensive line coach from 2018 to 2022. Obviously, Mike Vrabel coached from 2018 to 2023. So this is pretty much his right-hand guy when it came to defense for all those years. But I really liked this stat here, and that he could be a huge boost for the run defense, because what Tennessee was able to do in the first year under Williams, who obviously, he's kind of old, he's 50 years old in terms of football coaching experience, he's got a ton of it. He allowed the Titans defense to be ranked 8th in yards per game allowed, 3rd in points allowed, and 2nd in red zone defense. This could bring us back to a top 10 defense that Patriots fans have known and loved. But going down the list of Mike Reese's potential DC candidates, Bobby King is also on there. And there's one thing I love about the Philadelphia Eagles, and believe me, it's not much. It is their defense. More than 13 years of coaching experience. Gone are the days of bringing a first-year OC and a first-year DC in the same year. He worked 1 year with Mike Vrabel, and that was in 2022. And then in 2023, when he worked for the Tennessee Titans, he ranked first in the NFL in red zone defense efficiency. This is the future. Whether they end up going with a guy like Bobby King, Terrell Williams, we have more to unpack. The Patriots defense needs a shakeup. The Patriots defense needs to get back to helping out the offense. That way we're not playing Drake May for 4 snaps, and that is it. We want to get more offensive reps to score. That is why you need defensive coordinators with proven success. Well, we have Ryan Crow, the outside linebackers coach for the Miami Dolphins. He was the Titans outside linebacker coach from 2021 to 23, and he led Denico Autry's career-high sack total. In the 4 years that he worked with Denico Autry, 3 out of the 4 years, he led him to career-high sack totals. I mean, this is a guy that was playing in the NFL for 10-plus years, and now you have another outside linebackers coach that says, I'm going to take your best player and make him even better. Imagine what he could do with a Jawan Bentley, an Anthony Jennings, a Jelani Tavai, if Mike Vrabel decides to keep him. And he coached for the Titans in 2018 through 2023 in some form of personnel, so he has known Mike Vrabel his entire time as the head coach in Tennessee, and he knows exactly what Vrabel is trying to do with the offense and the defense moving forward. And one of the last defensive coordinator targets that Mike Reese did hint at was Chris Harris, his 11th season coaching in the NFL. Right now, he does still currently work for the Tennessee Titans personnel, and he finished second this year in total defense and 2nd in passing defense. I think that's what's most impressive to me, is because the Titans had the first pick in the NFL draft. That means they sucked. But yet, you had the passing game coordinator / cornerbacks coach leading this defense in some form or another to a top 2 in total defense and in passing defense. And obviously, he has worked in some form with Mike Vrabel. This was my favorite picture that I found, and you can obviously see for proof Mike Vrabel is behind him. So now you know I'm not lying. The whole point is, I think DeMarcus Covington got the shit hand as well in terms of roster and talent. But I think it's time to move in the right direction, and all of these coaches have worked with Vrabel in some form or another, and I would rather have familiarity than to go with DeMarcus Covington, who had an unsuccessful first year and really doesn't have any connection to Mike Vrabel moving forward. So my last question for you guys here is, who do you want as the DC? If you want Covington, let me know in the comment section. If you want somebody new, somebody from afar, somebody from Vrabel's past, feel free to let me know in the comment section. As always, anything and everything related to the Patriots this offseason you can find right here for free by joining over 21,000 loyal subscribers. You can be one of them today. All you have to do is hit that sub button for me.